Hey guys, hey. So this is the part two of why not to date, or don't date, or do not date. Whatever the title was for the other one. And I'm going to get into a little bit more detail of why not to date. And just note, guys, I am all for relationships. I think they're beautiful and I think they're wonderful. And I know that one day I will have a fantastic one, right? But just not today. And I explained to you the things that I experienced, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper into some of those things that I discussed. So, the first thing I will discuss is the fact that being in a relationship and trying to reach certain goals in your life or elevating to a certain level in your life, dating can be a distraction. And the reason why I say it can be a distraction because to reach a goal, you have to get into a habit. And to get into a habit is something like 17 times you need to do something 17 times over to make it a habit. But to reach a goal, you have to be doing the things that is necessary for you to reach that goal. You have to make those things a habit in your life in order for you to reach that goal. And so it requires discipline on your end. And when you're in a relationship, I'm going to give you the good and I can give you the bad example. In a relationship, you become distracted because you're fighting all the time, right? That takes your mind off of the things that you have to do because now negativity is stuck up into your head, right? Not only is negativity stuck in your head, but then it's like, well, how do we resolve this instead of your mind being focused on how can I get to this next increment towards my goal? Now you're trying to figure out how to make things work in your relationship because you guys are fighting, right? But say you're not fighting. Say things is just fantastic. You guys are just in love with each other. Y'all mesh well together. That's fantastic. But you decide you want to elevate in life. You decide there's some goals I want to reach that I have not reached yet, right? And things is going great in your relationship, but then you realize, okay, I'm working and or I have children or I have this obligation and I have that obligation, and then you realize I have to give to my partner as well. Maybe you guys are going out to eat. Maybe you guys are having date nights all the time, or you're Netflix and chilling during those times that you would need that time to focus on your goals, right? I have my list here. That's why I keep looking down, guys. So, or you just could be one of those people that just falls so easily in love and then you're lost in the sauce. Like your nose is way up there, if you know what I mean, into that other person. And you're forgetting the things that you needed to do. You could have even wrote down a list of, I'm going to accomplish this on this day, this on that day, this on that day. And then it could be a week and a half later and you realize you haven't even done step one yet because you have been spending so much time chasing the skirt or the coattail of your partner, right? And so being in a relationship becomes a distraction if that's something that you allow in your life, if you're easily distracted, because we'll talk a little bit more later about having a relationship, right? And number two, you can have a person that will get with you and everything is all rosy. You've already expressed what your plans are. Yeah, I'm working on this, I'm working on that, I want to do this, I want to do that. And they're 100% like, yes, I'm with you. I agree. I think this is great. You should do that. You get together and then you realize they was only doing that to get with you because you're serious about your life. You're serious about your glow up. You're serious about your plan, but you've allowed another person in your life to tell you, oh, I'm serious with you, but then they're not serious with you, right? They were only serious enough. It was the facade so I can get you, right? So you might be one of those people that notices it, right? But then you don't drop the person. So you one of those people that's holding on to the potential of what this person could be. Let's see what my note says here. Now, yes. So things aren't going as delicious as you thought it was going to go because at first the person was here with you on your plans and now it's kind of like this and you're up here dangling by yourself, but now this person has changed up on you and you're like, well, why are you changing up on me? Because when we first got together you was with me on this, but now you're not there with me, and now you're focused on the who, the what, the when, the where, the how, right? When the who, the what, the when, the how shouldn't even have been a factor in you, in your glow up, in your goals, in your elevation, right? Number 3, your views may change over time. Your views, right? Who you are, the things you like to do or don't like to do, how you would handle something or may not handle something may change over time. Change is beautiful, guys, right? And you're gonna change. And change is inevitable in any glow up. It is inevitable. Change is inevitable in life, whether you're on the road to change or you get pushed into the change. The change is going to happen, right? And so maybe that person don't want to change with you. And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of people in the world that are content with their lives how they are because it is comfortable for them. Change, 9 out of 10 requires you to be uncomfortable. If you're making major changes in your life, most of the time it's going to be very uncomfortable. And that's how you know you're doing what you're supposed to do, because it is very uncomfortable to do it, right? And if you're with that person who is very comfortable where they are, it can be hard for you to move on because now you're who you are and what you thought. And maybe the plan that you had listed out for what you wanted to do and how to reach it had changed as well. And now that person's like, well, that's not what you said you was going to be doing. But you're like, well, sometimes when you get into things, things change, and, it's not comfortable for me either. And it's like, it's really not comfortable for me. And I don't want to have to deal with that. But you're like, but I'm not going to stop my goals, like I still have to reach my goals. Well, I don't want to be a part of that, And where are you at? Fighting, distracted, because you have changed. But you noticed that there was a need for a change in order for you to reach the next step in whatever it is, your elevation, your glow up, your goals, your money, whatever the case is, your personality, your spirituality, it can go on, right? Okay, I had to insert some things. So you know how you walk away for a little bit. Well, I had to shower, I washed my hair. And while I was in the shower, I get a lot of thoughts while I'm in the shower, and I realized that there were several things I missed in this video of explaining to you guys, like other reasons why not to date during this process, and also during the time I was blow drying my hair. I was like, oh, I forgot all of that. So I'm going to give you 4 more reasons, guys, why you shouldn't date while you're on your glow up, while you're, elevating in life. The one thing that I want to say is that people may want to change you. People can start off like, I'm here with you. And then they're like, no, I don't like that part of you. Let me see how I can change that about you. Or they don't like what it is that you're doing, what your plan is, what your glow up is, and they may want to change that to something that may fit better for themselves, right? And I can say that because I've been on both ends of that stick before. I have been in a relationship where I was like constantly asking the person to change, to change, to change, to change, to change. And it wasn't until like the person was like, "Why are you always trying to change me?" And I'm like, "I am never trying to change you." But then it was like every time I would say something, I would have to take a step back in myself and be like, "Wow, I really did do that to try to change this person." And so what I'm saying is that a person can try to change you in a malicious way, and they can also try to change you unknowingly trying to change you, right? And really because they feel like the way you're going about your goal could be done in a different way, or they just simply don't like what you're doing and want you to change that aspect of yourself to something, like I said before, that fits them, right? You also have it where you are changing, you're glowing up, you're elevating, you're reaching those goals, you're hitting mile markers, and the person that you're with can't handle your shine. You have some people that will maliciously, who are malicious and will intentionally, like, will set out to stop your growth, to stop your blessings, to block anything good that's coming towards you because your shine is too bright for them. And that's not something they can handle, right? Um, let's see. You can reach your goal, right? And you have to ask yourself. So this will be like a little bit before like you reach your goal, right? And you may say to yourself, is this person somebody that you want by your side once you reach that goal, once you elevate? Are they matching you, right? Are they supporting you? um do they fit in your life, in this new elevation of your life, in these new goals, in this part of your wealth? Maybe you're building wealth, and do this person fit in your life in that way? Or are they holding you down? Or maybe they don't match the lifestyle that you're currently on, or it's just too many problems because of where you are. It just doesn't fit in there with that person, right? And then the last thing to understand too is that when you're elevating in life, when you're reaching different levels in wealth, different levels in spirituality, different levels in your personality trait, right? Boundaries have to be set with people. You're going to lose people in your life. You have to be selfish a lot of times in order for you to reach the goals that you need to reach, because that's part of being disciplined, where selfishness comes into play in order for you to be disciplined to do the things that you need to do. So now I want to talk about if you are in a relationship. And as I had mentioned earlier, that I love the ideal of relationships. I love the fact of having relationships where you two can work together to make those things happen. So say you are in a relationship, you want to change some things about how your life is, then the time comes in, guys, for you to have that discussion. You want to pray about it. Then you want to have the discussion with your partner about um, these changes that you want to make, about things you want to do in your life, because they're used to you being a certain way. They're used to having a certain amount of your time. They're used to you doing this on this routine. And then you potentially going to change that all up, right? And so you're taking time away from them. Your schedules aren't meeting the way that they used to meet. And that's a big factor when you're in a relationship and there's something that you want to reach. There's goals you want to meet. Um, you're going to be dealing with different people at that. You may have a partner that is not okay with you dealing with the opposite sex, but you know for sure there's no way around you not dealing with the opposite sex in order for you to reach a certain goal in your life for whatever it is that you're trying to reach. Those things are what you have to discuss. And hopefully you have a mate that is on board with you no matter what and trusts you and understands what your goals are. But there's so many different factors. Even saying that is so many factors in that, because you can have a really healthy relationship, or you can have a relationship that has not been healthy and the trust is broken, but you guys are trying to mend that, and yet here you go again, throwing another wrench into the situation where now you want to change a little bit more, and now it can still cause a problem in a relationship and still at the same time stop you from where you want to be at. But let's hope that for all the people who are in a relationship, that you guys are understanding of each other's needs and are on board with, the goals of one another. And so I'm going to leave it at that because I wanted it to be a nice short video, just breaking down a few things about why I say it's not necessarily the greatest idea to be dating when you're trying to reach a certain goal in your life, because all the factors that need to be moved when having a goal and reaching your goals. If you're by yourself, you're singular in a situation where you don't have to worry about a mate. Anything can be changed. Anything can be moved. You can decide this day to do this, decide this day to not do this, or you can move this up or bump that down, turn that around in the circle and slap it down. Whatever you need to do when you're singular, you can do that. But when you're with somebody else, that plays a whole different factor. All right, well, that's all I got for this video, guys. If you want me to discuss more about it, we can talk about it. Leave a comment down at the bottom, guys. Subscribe, share, and like. Till next time, guys. Bye.